Hello, good afternoon, everybody. We are here live on Tuesday afternoon. It is currently August the 24th, just past 2 p.m. I hope I'm on the Stampin' for Fun Facebook page. My name is Genevieve Coe, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been for almost 14 years. And stamping is just something I love to do, and I love to share it. So that's how these Facebook Lives came around. It was just another way that I could share, and especially with the health crisis, I definitely tried to stay super consistent with it so that we could have a way to connect, and I could keep sharing my love of stamping. So welcome if it's your first time here, welcome if you're watching the replay, and welcome to all my ladies who'd love to stop in and chat with me. I feel like it's been ages since I was live for a Tuesday at 2, because last week I was away, and so I can tell you the whole backstory. I didn't give the story yet, but if you've been following and connecting with me each week, you'll know that this is supposed to be the summer of camping because my husband booked 6 weeks of camping. So I participated in week 1, week 2, and week 3. I took a break on week 4, and he just took the 2 kids up to Algonquin. And then I guess they decided to take off on week 5 and not do it. And week 6 was supposed to be our finale of camping in it's a provincial park called Long Point, and Kevin was really looking forward to it. Apparently it has a great beach. And then as the day was coming up, it turns out that the forecast was calling for rain on most of the days, and so we ended up not going. I will be honest, inside I was happy that he canceled, but I did not. I think he knew that I would be happy to not set up a tent in the rain and sleep and feel damp for 4 days. But it's one of those things, right? What if we canceled and then the weather forecast was wrong and it would have been beautiful had we had gone? But then on the other hand, if we went with the forecast the way it was and it actually did rain all 4 days, maybe it wouldn't be fun for anybody. So I could tell Kevin was waffling back and forth what to do. So what he ended up doing was he canceled the campsite, and instead we went, so this was west, Lake Erie type of thing. So he's like, well, let's go east and we'll go hiking at Petroglyphs Provincial Park, which he's really wanted to go look at and everything. So we were like, okay, we'll go hiking there. And then he goes, after we go hiking for the day there, we'll keep going east and we'll just get a hotel in Kingston and spend the next couple days in Kingston. And I was like, yeah. I was secretly so happy. So that's what we did. So anyway, the whole thing was, hi Deb. Sorry, I'm just starting to read the comments now. Yes. Okay. So Philippa knows that Long Point is lovely, but maybe not in the rain. So anyway, that's what we ended up doing. But that's why I wasn't here last week. I think my email said that I was camping because I didn't know at that point that I wasn't going to be camping when I scheduled. Because every time I go away, I try to schedule the posts or emails so that they kind of go out at the normal time. Yeah, we'll probably try to go again because, we invested in all this camping gear this year, so I think we are kind of committed. I don't think we're going to really become long-term campers or anything, but we might use our stuff maybe once next year or something. I still have a hope by next summer that maybe more things will be open and travel will be a little easier. We'll see. But I think it was a real disappointment for my husband because he's like, oh, if I had known that we weren't going on this one, I wouldn't have canceled the one before, right? He just felt it was a real, not the way he wanted to finish off the camping streak, But I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, don't worry about it. It's not about the streak. It's about spending time together as a family, which we get to do in Kingston in a hotel anyway. So I was happy as a clam and very happy. So that's where I was last week. But I am glad to be back with you guys this week. I'm glad to be sharing a project with you today. If you're not familiar with what I do on Tuesday at 2s, I basically just pick a project, I design a project, and I share it with you guys. And what I love to do is kind of at the beginning of the month pick up like a product and use that product in all the projects throughout the month. So this month in August, there's actually 5 Tuesdays because I kind of missed starting things on the very first Tuesday because I had my Facebook party and that was like a whole excitement there. But we still have 4 Tuesdays. So we'll still have another week next week. Does anyone remember what our product of the month is? Go ahead and type it in the chat. It is the Stitched Leaves Die. And I actually fell in love with it last year when it came out in the holiday mini catalog. But I was too late falling in love with it to really use it last year. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use it this year. And so it just gives me a chance to play with some of the things I've purchased and have fun playing with them and share it with you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, normally I also share some announcements of what's going on in the Stampin' for Fun world. It's been super, super busy because the past few days have been the Stampin' for Fun garage sale. And the garage sale is this annual thing that I've been doing. This is actually the 5th year that I've done it, but only the 2nd time that it's been completely virtual. So today's the last day for that. But yeah, it's been really busy and my basement has been so like feeling really cluttered. The craft cave has felt really cluttered because I've got 10 different vendors, like there are things all over the place. It's much better now because a lot of stuff got sold. So I can walk around a little bit better and everything. But I apologize if my mind's a little bit that's because my craft room is like all over the place, so it makes me feel a little all over the place. But let me flip the camera over and I'll share a few announcements. We are getting to the end of the month. The big thing to know is every time we're near the end of the month, you have to like, there should be an alarm going off in your head. Deadline for registration for the next month's classes is almost here. So September the 1st is the absolute final deadline. But because of supply chain and ordering, the time it takes to order supplies, I always love it if you can RSVP earlier so that I kind of have a good idea of head count. So we have a lot going on next month. Oh yeah, the big thing is I'm going to try some in-person classes next month. So my 2 kind of regular every month kind of classes that I have going every month usually are my technique class and my Sweet and Simple. So next month I will have both of those classes virtually over Zoom, but I will also offer a slot to do it in person. Okay, so look carefully at the registration form. If you would like to see my face in person, I would love, excuse me, to see your face in person. We will have to wear masks the entire time, just so you know, and the seating will be pretty spaced out. So I don't, like there is a space limitation if you choose the in-person. So I may not be able to accommodate everyone. So if you want the in-person, register early. And yes, okay, so let me just show you, well, let me flip the camera over. I think I've said that like 5 times now. Oh, wait, I gotta tell you, I caught up on some raffle draw winners from Facebook Live. So go ahead and comment because I do look back on the comments and I usually pick a winner from all the comments. So like, I don't know how many weeks ago now, we're kind of behind because I've been so crazy with the camping and all that, but we did have a winner, Kathy S. I think it's Sandiford. Kathy S. is 1 week's winner, and then another week that I missed picking a winner for was Philippa. Philippa's the winner. Okay, so both of you ladies will be receiving a little bit of happy mail. Kathy S., I do not think I have your mailing address. I was looking on my little address book thing and I don't think I have it, although I know that you watch regularly. Maybe you've just never won before. So if you don't mind messaging me your address, that would be super. Okay, so let's flip this over. Hi, Debbie. Did I see that you were not well? I hope you're feeling better. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. Can you see my tabletop okay? My lamp has been giving me some trouble. So hopefully it doesn't turn off during our session today. Okay, so let me give you the link if you're ready to register for September classes, or even you can just go take a look. So the prices are all there, and there's always the option to add on the feature stamp set at a discounted price if you want. So let me just share another one of the classes that I'm super excited about in September. So this is where you can go to find the link to register. This is where you can go to find the link to shop. I'm sure I've mentioned before, but just a reminder, there is a big special going on with Stampin' Up! Right now called SaleABration. It's a big deal, folks. Stampin' Up! Doesn't usually give out $20 free stamp sets normally. So when SaleABration is on, now is the time to shop. Just place a minimum $60 order and you'll get a free gift from Stampin' Up! We've got things like paper, stamp sets, all that sort of thing. But the same link will take you to my online store, to my class registration form, all that good stuff. Okay, so let me show you. I'll give you a little, I don't know why my flyer is so small, but hopefully you can see it there. One thing I'm super excited about in September is the stamp camp. Oh dear, Debbie's in the hospital. Yes, I hope you feel better, but I'm glad I can give you a little entertainment while you're in the hospital. Okay, so the Awesome Autumn Stamp Camp. This is a stamp camp that anybody can join because you can do it on your own time. Okay, you will receive the written tutorials for all 10 projects, and as well you'll get access to an exclusive Facebook group where there'll be games, prizes, kind of extra bonus projects, all that sort of thing. So Jennifer and I would love to have you join in. If you're from the US, you'll sign up with Jennifer. If you're in Canada, you'll sign up with me, but you'll pretty much get exactly the same thing because we're designing and offering it together. So what I'm excited about the Awesome Autumn Stamp Camp is because we're using some amazing things which will be in your goodie bag. Everybody who registers will get a goodie bag of product, and part of the product that you'll get is the gorgeous Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. I'm just looking to see whether I have some here to show you. Okay, so this was the paper that I used last week. So this gorgeous paper is going to be part of your goodie bag when you sign up for the Awesome Autumn Stamp Camp. And I just think like using these rich, beautiful colors, the projects are going to be gorgeous. I had so much fun playing. We haven't designed everything yet, but this is just a little sneak peek of one of the cards I designed. See that paper? That die cut. So one of our feature stamp sets is the Pretty Pumpkin. It's not, the stamp set is not included in the class fee, but you can certainly add it on or substitute with whatever you have. But anything that needs die cutting, I will do that for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry. So that's why, that's one of the benefits of registering for the classes and the stamp camps I offer, is that you get to have the fun of assembling, stamping, but you don't have to worry about coming up with the ideas. You don't have to worry about die cutting every little thing. So you'll also get a whole spool of this gorgeous new gold ribbon, which is on low inventory, very stressful. So anybody who's already registered, I already ordered your goodie bags because that's the whole thing. That's what I mean. Earlier registration is always better because supply nowadays, very touch and go. Okay, so the cost to register, is it on here? I feel like it might be like $62. And then you have the option to add on optional classes. So there's a Christmas card class and there's a Halloween treats class. You can take those classes on its own, or you can add them on as part of the stamp camp. When you add them on as part of the stamp camp, you don't have to pay additional shipping, just so you know. When you go to my registration form, you can check. Okay, so I am super excited about that. Jennifer and I are super excited, and so we hope you'll register. Okay, other news in the Stampin' for Fun world. Let's see. Okay, August Global Creative Tutorial Bundle. How many of you have already taken advantage of it? My Team Stick Stampers, my direct Team Stick Stampers always get the Global Creative Tutorial Bundle free. It's one of the perks of being being a direct team member. Oh, Sarah says she's a Halloween fan. Did you sign up for the cutest Halloween class? I think you'll really like it. Okay, so our theme for this month's bundle is the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. So here's an example. This is not one of the cards in the tutorial bundle because it's kind of like secret and exclusive, but just to give you an idea of the gorgeous leaves and, you know, beautiful, beautiful cards. So you can certainly purchase them from me, the Global Creative Tutorial Bundle, but I think the best way to get them is to shop, especially with SaleABration going on now. When your order is over $100, then you get the tutorial for free. Okay, so the August one is almost gone, and it's the Gorgeous Leaves Bundle. Okay, last call for the Sizzling Summer bonus. Okay, so you still time to refer a friend to register for your September class. If you refer them and they kind of pay and register and I connect with them before the end of August, then you as the referee, is that such a word, will get a $10 gift certificate from me that you can use to a future class or for shopping. Okay, I think some of you have already taken advantage of this. It's kind of too late to take advantage of it now, but if you participated in 6 or more classes over July and August, then in the fall you will get a Sweet and Simple class free from me. And then, but it's not too late to book a date for me for your own stamping social. All you have to do is let me know that you want to do something fun with friends. I actually had someone contact me about booking a fall Christmas card fundraiser. But because she booked the date in the summer, she's going to get a free stamp set. Okay, so these are sort of the perks of my Sizzling Summer bonus. I can't believe summer's almost over. Sob, sob, sob. So don't miss out on that. Okay, I think that is... Oh, last thing. I told you about SaleABration and shopping, but I can't remember if I told you about SaleABration and joining. So you already heard that I have special perks for my team, such as the great Global Creative Tutorial Bundle. But with SaleABration on right now, if you are not yet a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I don't know what you're waiting for, because if you love stamping, anybody can take advantage of the starter kit. You get to choose $165 worth of goodies, pay only $135, no tax, no shipping. Hi, Karen. And you get your own little demo number. You don't have to teach classes. You don't have to sell product. You can just shop for yourself at a discount with your little number. And during SaleABration, you get to pick one of these bundles for free. So the Gorgeous Leaves bundle I was telling you about, you can get it for free on top of the already great deal of the starter kit. So this is just during SaleABration. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so today, what are we going to create? Do you remember what we created in the previous weeks? This was the first week when I was showing off the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. That was the first card. And then last week we had to do a pre-recorded. Okay, also using the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. I actually had really quite good fun with this, right? Isn't that neat? And showing off that Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. Okay, so those were the first 2 weeks. What are we going to do this week? Okay, I have been like having serious withdrawal issues from my scrapbooking. I have not made very much time to scrapbook. So I thought today we are going to scrapbook. We're going to make a scrapbook page. Some of you are scrapbookers, some of you are not. Either way, it doesn't matter because you will still get to see the gorgeous Stampin' Up! Product in action. And those of you who are not scrapbookers, I will tell you, it's not hard. I think sometimes people feel like scrapbooking's harder than card making. I just think sometimes card making, it's just a smaller little palette, it feels like, and you can kind of finish it quickly, whereas scrapbooking, it feels like a big job. So one thing I've had to tell myself, this is just a little tip, because I used to scrapbook a lot, and I took my role as the family historian. I don't even know whether historian's the right word, but memory keeper. So the photographs we took, I would make sure to get them printed, and then I would make sure to make a scrapbook page, put it in the album's journal, and I can tell you those scrapbooks are treasures to my family right now. like they love looking at pictures of when they were the kids when they were little, and the little stories and anecdotes I'd write in the journaling boxes. So those things were treasures. They are like, anyway, I still love scrapbooking. I'm very passionate about the idea of memory keeping. So to me, when I make a scrapbook page, to me it's not like, it's secondary. The work of art part is secondary. The primary part is kind of capturing the memory and the moment of those photographs. Okay, so that's why I feel so passionate about scrapbooking, because time goes so quickly, everything's so digital, and we all know that digital disappears, right? Like technology moves, and then that floppy disk that you had your pictures on, you can't even look at them anymore, okay? But like a hard book or album or something is always, you can look back at it, and it can be saved for generations. Anyway, I could go on and on about it. I totally have to do a scrapbooking class. Go ahead and comment if you'd be interested if I ran some sort of scrapbooking series so that you could make your own album, because I'm telling you, I think about it all the time because I love scrapbooking and I think about it a lot. But for some reason, I haven't done it because life is already pretty busy with lots of things I'm offering. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in learning more about scrapbooking, or doing like a little short-term series with me on scrapbooking. Maybe if I have your encouragement, maybe I'll actually do it. Okay, so one common size for scrapbooking is the 12 by 12 album. I didn't bring my album over. Stampin' Up! Used to sell a 12 by 12 album. I don't think they do anymore, but they are still available out there. Oh, here, I have one here. Okay, my albums are always gigantic. I'm just telling you now. Okay, because, so here's an example of an album. Whoa. Okay, this is a scrapbook album Stampin' Up! Used to sell. Okay. Oh, Penny's on here. We were just talking about scrapbooking, weren't we? Okay, so like here's an example of how to use stamping in your scrapbook. Okay, the album's so gigantic. So you don't have to do a 12 by 12 size. There are different sizes out there. Okay, but whoa. Sorry. Okay, so, okay, see, this is actually a perfect fall one, right? So you can stamp the leaves, and then you just have like photos, okay? And then, let's see, I always love to put some journaling. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to journal here, but look at how little my kids were at the time. These are my niece and nephew. Okay, I didn't even put the year, very bad. Okay, but anyway, that's an idea of scrapbooking, okay? But we love looking at these things. Like, look at how little my children used to be. Okay, so let me put this away. But I just wanted to show you what scrapbooking is about. And today I am going to do some scrapbooking as our project for today. Okay. It's very hazardous in my craft cave right now. Very hazardous. Okay. So anyway, that is the 12 by 12. And did you know Stampin' Up! Sells? They sell 12 by 12 cardstock. I don't know if you knew that, but they do. So I took the cardstock from the In Color pack. Okay, and so it has all the In Colors, multiple sheets, but they do sell them, I believe, in all the color families. So they only sell in assorted packs, so they don't sell just one color. I think they only do for Whisper Basic White. Okay, because that, and so the 12 by 12 size paper is not just for scrapbooking. You can use it for other things. Like, for example, last night's technique class, we made this cute shadow box card. It's larger than the normal size card, and I used the 12 by 12 cardstock to cut it to make this larger card size. Okay, so just know, I mean, I don't know, I just wanted to make sure you know, because it's not, I don't think it's a huge seller. I'm actually worried that they're going to discontinue the 12 by 12 size, because when people make the cards, it's normally the 8.5 by 11, cut in half or whatever, but the 12 by 12 cardstock does have its purposes. Okay, so I decided to use the soft succulent. I decided to do a layout instead of just one side. I figured I'd just use both sides. Now the problem is I have a very rudimentary camera system, so I feel like you can't really see the whole thing, and I don't know, like, I don't know how to raise it up, so I'll just have to Does it have to go with it? So the paper that I decided to use is the hand-penned designer series paper. Because as I told you, we did a lot of outdoorsy things this year with the summer and everything. So what I did is this beautiful, beautiful paper, I already cut it. So I believe it's 6 inches by 10 inches. Okay, so it's 10 inches this way, 6 inches this way. Okay, yep. Okay, because together it would have been 12 inches. So I cut that, and I'm just going to make it so that it's like a layout so that these two are going to kind of match up. Okay, maybe, should I glue it down now? Adhere it, I mean. Okay, so maybe I will. Where's my adhesive? Here we go. Okay, hello. Stick that down. Okay, so I was already thinking when I was making the scrapbooking pages, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get hung up on the fact that I might not be able to scrapbook every summer adventure we went on this summer, because we sure went on a lot as a family. But I'm just going to start and try to scrapbook something, okay? Because I think if we free ourselves and we don't think that scrapbooking is like a whole commitment, then I think it will be better. So we'll do that. And then what I'll do is, oh, you know what? I should have slipped this underneath, but I think it's okay. Okay, and in fact, so I cut these, I want to say that they're like 6 by 8, okay? And then, so this is still the same hand-penned designer series paper. That whole paper pack is very floral, and I don't know if floral is the right word, but sort of outdoorsy. Okay, I should have slipped this underneath. Let me just yank this up a bit, okay? Maybe I'll round the corners. Let me get my little corner rounder here. Okay, sometimes it's nice to give a little rounded corner. See that? So it just gives a little rounded corner. So I'll do a bit of a rounded corner on the outside there. And I think I'm gonna slip that in here. I should have stuck this down first. See, that's why it's like, a lot of times I don't stick things down till I'm 100% sure that's how I want them, but something like that, right? I think that'll be good. Okay, so let me round this one as well. Okay, I love it that you guys are having little conversations there. I see Sarah's laughing at Pat, but I missed Pat's comment. I'll have to read it afterwards. Okay, yep, I think that's good. So just let me stick that down. Am I running out of adhesive there? What's happening? Okay. Okay, and then we'll do the same on this side. I'm making the pages a little bit symmetrical, but you'll see I'm going to change it up a bit so that both are not completely mirror image of each other. Sticky, sticky adhesive. Okay. I'm trying to make it as straight as I can there. Okay. Am I matched up? Pretty much. I think I need to move this one up a little bit. It's hard when you're trying to match it a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna make a little strip. So this is just a 1 inch by 12 inch strip on this side here. So far we have not yet used the product of the month. I'm just kind of, I think scrapbook pages are almost like giant cards in a way, right? It's not that different. Okay, so 12 inches by 1 inch there. Okay. And that's why Stampin' Up! Product is so perfect for scrapbooking and card making or any other projects you're doing, because everything coordinates. See how the Highland Heather picks up the Highland Heather in this designer series paper? Okay, so we'll keep going. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of this Bedazzling specialty paper, Bedazzled, Bedazzling, something like that, Bedazzling. And this is, can you see the sparkly in it? It's absolutely free. This is one of the free gifts during SaleABration, and this is one of my favorites, along with the sheep one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this little leaf. I think this is my favorite one out of the different dies. So this is our product of the month, by the way. Okay, I showed you the previous cards that we made, but I'm going to use this bigger leaf, and I'm going to cut out this using our cut and emboss machine. Okay, so I'll do that. And I think it just gives a little pizzazz to our scrapbook page. I can't remember who emailed me after the last video using the stitched leaves die. Maybe it was Rita. Anyway, I got an email, and she was asking me about, like, did I have any suggestions on scrapbook pages using the stitched leaves? So I think maybe she put the bug in my mind to do scrapbooking. And I think, in my mind, I never got around to replying to her on the email yet. I might still. Sometimes it's really hard for me to reply to email. Oh no, see, it doesn't match. I have to make these match. Sorry, this really bothers me. In my mind, I was picturing you could have like a fall leaves layout with like the different rich fall colors, and I was imagining like have the leaves kind of falling off the side. Oh, you can't even see. Off the side as a border. Okay, so I didn't email her back, but Rita, if you're watching, that's what I'm imagining. But then I didn't feel like doing a fall layout today, so I don't, but I think that would be another great layout using the stitched leaves dies. Okay, this has to match. Okay, that's better. Okay, so, but I'm still going to do the border idea on the side here. I think maybe I'm going to have the leaves going this way. I already pre-cut some of them out. Okay, something like that. Oh man, I forgot I wanted to also do this. I want to put this underneath. Okay, good thing that I don't push too hard. I wanted to put a little bit of distinction here, so we're gonna put a little border at the edge. Okay, there we go. Can you see what I did there? Okay, yeah, see the border, we needed the border. I was like, something looks funny. Okay, so I'm just using little 1-inch strips. That's what I'm doing. But this is all that hand-penned designer series paper. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little border to okay, now we're back on track here. You'll see, if you don't scrapbook, you're like, where is she going with this? Okay, because just remember, our goal is just to have a little bit of some interest happening around here to show off the story that we're trying to show. I think I'm only going to use 3. Okay, so I've die cut these using the stitched leaf dies, and it is going to be a bit of a border here. Now, remember I talked about 12 by 12 basic white? They sell a whole pack of it. Here. Okay, and so I'm going to use this as my mat for the photos. I like to put kind of a cardstock mat behind my photos. I think it makes it pop a little bit. So usually when you get photos developed, they're about the 4 by 6 size. That's a really common photograph size. So I'm going to cut the mat to that size, 4 inches. So this is where 12 by 12 cardstock is really useful, because 4 inches and 6 inches, it works evenly so you don't have weird leftover pieces. So I'm cutting a 4 inch by 6 inch pieces of cardstock to act as the mat. Okay, so maybe I'll put one here, or maybe I'll go this way. So we could do like a landscape photo, a portrait photo. Okay, I'll do another 4 inches here. Maybe another portrait photo, so 4 inches by 6 inches. Okay, maybe I'll center this a bit more. And then with this piece left over, maybe I'll do a square piece, so 4 inches by 4 inches that I can put over here. And then a 4 inch by 3 inch. I wish I could zoom my camera out, but don't worry, I'll show you everything. Okay, so see how that one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock made all these nice little mats for our scrapbook page? Okay, I think we're good here. You'll see, this is gonna, I'm feeling really excited that I'm scrapbooking, although you can't see it all here. So this is the right side of the page. This is the left side of the page. Okay, so I like to put a little bit of decoration, I don't know if that's the right word, embellishment. So my embellishment for the scrapbook page are these awesome bedazzling leaves. But I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So with this piece, instead of putting a photo here, I think I'm going to put, do a little bit of stamping. So, where is my stamp set? Since I'm using the hand-penned Designer Series paper, it just seemed natural to use the hand-penned petals stamp set. So I'm going to use this floral image here, which isn't on here because it's probably on a block somewhere, hiding on my messy table. Da-da-da. Okay, and then I'm going to use So Saffron ink, even though technically the hand pen paper says it's Daffodil Delight. I'm just looking at it. It's obviously a bit muted, so I'm going with the So Saffron ink. Okay, it's like I need my table to be 10,000 times bigger. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put this sort of on the right hand side. Okay, see, Louise, I feel exactly the same way. I love scrapbooking, but yet I don't do it enough. Okay, so, and then we're gonna put this fun sentiment here. I was looking at my stamps and the, what's the name of this stamp set? Do I have the case? I'll have to look for it. This one, it's hiding. Okay, Peaceful Moments stamp set. This one's great for scrapbooking. It says, these are the moments we'll look back on with joy. And so since scrapbooking is so much about memory keeping, I'm using that one. That's the sentiment I'm using. And I'm going to stamp it with the Soft Succulent so that it coordinates with the Soft Succulent cardstock. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp that. Okay, and then just to have a little bit of coordination with my bedazzling leaves that I have not yet glued down, I'm just going to take a little strip. Do I have a little tiny 1/2 inch strip here? Kind of. Okay, so then I don't have to cut a new piece. I'm just going to put a little border here. Okay, so let me just grab my trimmer. Oh, Donna says she'd be interested. Yeah, we don't scrapbook enough. It's like, I feel like a historian when I scrapbook, right? Like I'm preserving the memories of the pictures. Because think about, like, why do we take pictures in the first place? Right? We're trying to remember something. We're trying to capture and remember maybe the feelings that we had at the time, or we're trying to remember like the experience. Okay, and so to me, it's not enough just to take the picture. sorry. To take the picture. You have to do something with the picture after you've taken it. And I know lots of people post it on social media or whatever, but that's not really a long-term place to keep your pictures, because it's, I mean, Facebook, they try, you know, they send you memories, but you know, if Facebook should ever go down, or maybe Facebook just doesn't like your picture, they'll just remove it, right? So you don't have control over that. So it's nice to be able to do something for yourself. Okay, so I think I'm good here. I think I'm going to, I had actually cut out another little leaf. Do I have it here? Okay, I think there was another one I had cut out using the stitched leaves dies. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick down my mats and my bedazzling leaves. I am going to even pop it up with dimensionals, my dazzling leaves. Oh, see? If you just let the leaves sort of fall, it kind of looks cool. I tend to be so linear, so I was like, oh, let's put them all nice and straight. But I could totally see how if you wanted to just let them act like they were falling, that would be fun too. But I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's very hard for me to go wild and crazy like that. So I'm just going to do it straight, but I know it might actually look better if I had just like thrown them and let them fall where they will. Okay, and then okay, so we can put a photograph here. We could, let me think where I want it. Try this. I'm not pushing down too hard on the adhesive in case I want to change where it goes. Oh yeah, Sarah's like, I love the dimensionals. Yes, yes. We all love dimensionals, Sarah. You are not alone. Okay. Okay, so these white squares, what are these white squares? I'm using them as mats. They're going to be like the mat for my photograph that I will be putting on here. Okay, oh, maybe this beautiful piece, I will also pop it up. If I can find my dimensionals on my messy table. Okay, why not pop that up a bit? I hope you're feeling warm and fuzzy. Making this with these soft colors. You know what? Maybe I feel warm and fuzzy because I know I'm going to put happy pictures on here. And it just evokes happy feelings. Okay, so maybe I'll just put that like that. Okay, so I don't know. Can you guys see? This is my scrapbook layout. Okay, and then I fought with my selfie printer today, and I managed to print out some photos. She's well stocked in dimensionals. Okay, so I am going to trim my little photos here. I'm just going to trim off a tiny bit so that you can kind of see the white mat around it. Maybe we need just a tiny bit more. Sorry, this trimmer I'm using, it was a special offer, so don't ask me to buy it. It was a special offer from Stampin' Up, I think last year maybe. Okay, a smidge, yeah. I mean, there we go. Okay, so these are pictures from when I took Nathaniel on his like grad trip, graduating from grade 8 trip. We went to Ottawa. So this is when we went for a little hike in Gatineau Park in Quebec. And we were both happy. Then maybe that's why I'm getting warm fuzzies, because we were happy to be together, happy to enjoy the nice weather, happy to celebrate his graduation. So we had done this hike. If I can find a place to journal, I'll journal it, right? Like the lady there, she was telling us, oh, go on this really nice hike and it'll take you to the waterfalls. We're like, okay, can you see the waterfall? Like it's like a trickle. I don't know. why it still gets to be called a waterfall, although en français c'est les chutes, right? So I mean, the conversation with the lady was in French, and she was like, oh, c'est très agréable, like it's so lovely to see the waterfalls. And then we get there and it's a trickle. And so Nathaniel and I were like giggling because we're like, what, how could this be called a waterfall? Okay, anyway, so see, but when you look at the picture, it doesn't tell that story. Oh, I'm totally cutting the wrong way. I need to cut the side off, not the top off. I'm too busy talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so, but there we go. We get the idea. There's like a nice little white mat around it. Sorry, I'm going to trim it a little bit more. I just want a little more of the white mat. Okay, and then this was at, I think, like Mackenzie King. Maybe former prime minister there. That was his like summer cottage house where he would entertain guests. Okay, this I can see the measurement. I want it 3 1/4 inches. And I want 3 1/4 inches this way. 3 3/4 inches. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's not perfect, but let me glue it down. And that is scrapbooking. That is a way that I use the stitch leaf dies on a non-fall project. I wanted to show you how these dies can be used. It doesn't have to be fall, because you might not make a lot of fall projects. That's okay. You can use them in other times, because when we're out in the great outdoors, leaves seemed like a good choice of motif, and it wasn't fall. All the leaves were green. I don't think you'll find any glittery leaves like I have here, but it's just for decoration. And that, oh, did I already stick this one down? Yep. And then stick this one down. And ta-da! I have made a scrapbook layout. I have big plans to make a summer to just do a scrapbook of our summer, because we did so many adventures together and all those camping trips and everything like that. So I wish I could take my oh, you know what? I'll just, since I'm done and I'm not using my hands, maybe I'll just lift this up. Move my stand out of the way. There, see? So all I need to add now is I just need to add a little bit of journaling so that I can talk about what the experience was, so that years later when we can look back, we can remember this was part of Nathaniel's little graduation experience. Okay? Oh, I love scrapbooking. I'm so happy. Okay, let me flip the camera around. Hang on a minute, guys. Turn the lights back on. Very hazardous in my basement right now. Okay, so thanks for joining me for another Tuesday at 2. I hope you enjoyed seeing, here, maybe I can hold it up there. Seeing how I used the stitched leaf dies here. And I had cut out a few others, because what I thought I could do after, I haven't decided yet, after I put the pictures on, right? There's no reason why I couldn't kind of add them and use them like embellishments around the scrapbook page. So I guess it's kind of still a work in progress. I'm still playing around, but I'm pretty happy. I hope you're happy too. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, go ahead and share my video, share it with others, share what I do with others. It's just the greatest compliment. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of you. Exactly, Philippa. Don't trip and fall. Like, I have boxes from the garage sale everywhere. I have the prizes from Stamp Camp. Oh, I know I'll see many of you on Stamp Camp on Sunday and the Zoom call. So did you see I was very clever this time? I managed to not use any of the inks that are in the Stamp Camp bin. Last night at technique class, I was like, oh, can't use that. That's in the Stamp Camp traveling bin. So yes, everything's a little crazy here. I have a fear that I'm going to be on Facebook Live and I'm going to trip and like break my arm in my basement while I'm like getting something to show you guys. So, haha. Okay, so have a great week, everyone. Thank you for joining in, even though I wasn't live last week, but just keep it in mind. Tuesday at 2 is when we stamp together and when we catch up with each other. Okay, so we'll talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon. Bye.